Theories that makes you doubt your existence. Number 1. Time is bullshit. You know time, that thing that guides your life and allows you to gauge the events around you. Yeah, turns out that isn't a thing. According to Julian Barber, a world-renowned expert on physics and quantum gravity, time is something that people can perceive but really doesn't exist at all. The crazy part about this theory isn't that it destroys one of the most basic understandings of reality, but that it has been supported by philosophers for years. Friedrich Nietzsche famously said that the future influences the present as much as the past, and this is where things start to get really trippy. If Nietzsche and Barber are both correct, and most physicists would say they are, then the future can directly impact the present. Maybe in 2 weeks you'll see a dog on the street, and that will send ripples through time and causes you to dream about the dog, which means you just gave yourself deja vu. Number 2. Everything is a hologram. What if it turned out that you don't exist and that everything you've ever known is just a hologram? Good news, friends, science says that you're about as real as your Sims characters. You just better hope that nobody puts you in a pool and takes out the ladder.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass.
Known as the holographic principle, this scientific bundle of fun posits that the entire universe is nothing but a computer simulation. Not only would this make an excellent plot twist for the new season of The Walking Dead, but it actually fills in some pretty big holes in Albert Einstein's theory of relativity and would solve Stephen Hawking's information paradox. The holographic principle basically means that the universe is just a projection of 2D images which people perceive as 3D because they, like everything else, are two-dimensional. This makes a lot of sense from a scientific perspective, but that isn't the interesting part. The interesting part begins when you start to wonder why someone would make a simulation of the universe. One popular theory is that the universe is a simulation being run by people a few thousand years in the future. Faced with a lack of understanding about their history and a metric fuckton of computing power, why wouldn't they run a program to see how their ancestors lived? Number 3. Humanity is alone in the universe. A survey conducted in 2012 found that 77% of Americans believe that alien life exists somewhere in the universe. On the surface, it seems like a safe bet. The whole of existence is a pretty big place, and it seems impossible that Earth would be the only planet capable of sustaining life. This logic has been around for quite a while and was documented in the Fermi paradox, which essentially asks how humanity has never discovered alien life given the vastness of the universe. If you haven't checked our video on paradoxes, link is in the description. The rare earth hypothesis suggests that while there are most likely a lot of bacteria and microorganisms somewhere in space, humans are the only intelligent life in the universe. Why? Because a species has to hit some pretty specific markers if they ever want to evolve past throwing shit at each other in caves. They have to exist on a planet capable of supporting life. They have to win the evolutionary lottery to hit the top of the food chain. And they have to find a way to survive extinction events that pop up every few million years. According to this theory, intelligent life is such a rarity that it is probably a once-in-a-universe event. When humanity starts to colonize planets and discover new worlds, all that they will find are cells, or, at best, unintelligent animals that will go extinct before getting the chance to evolve. The ultimate answers to the universe will leave humanity completely alone in an impossibly vast universe. Number 4. Solipsism. A philosophical theory that insists everything there merely exists in the individual's consciousness. Think about it. Can you really be sure of anything? What separates your dreams and the reality you know? It's a silly theory at first, since it's hard to deny that the world we live in exists, but the problem is that it's hard to verify that anything except your consciousness exists. Could some of the plausible dreams you have had in life show that maybe whatever is around us is just a dream? We do, however, have family and friends we can verify by touch, right? What then can we verify? We can only prove our thoughts. Number 5. Presentism. Slightly shocking were the claims made by St. Augustine. Presentism argues that the past and the future are imagined concepts, while only the present is real. This would mean that this video will cease to exist once you've read it, and your date last night never happened. The future is just as imaginary, because time cannot exist before and after it happened. According to St. Augustine, time can never be behind and ahead at the same time, and therefore the future does not exist. Buddhism scholar Fyodor Sherbatskoy, in other words, said that everything past is unreal, everything future is unreal, everything imagined, absent mental, is unreal. Ultimately, real is only the present moment of physical efficiency. Number 6. Multiverse theory. We have all by now heard of the multiverse or parallel universe theory unless you have been living under a rock. The parallel worlds are said to be like ours in so many ways and with only minor differences. An infinite number of universes exist according to the theory. The implications of the theory, I think, are much like those of the Fringe series. In one universe, you are a dictator. In another, you never got to be born. In another, you lie 8 feet under the ground because you were killed by a dinosaur. Get the picture.